Welcome everyone to our Q&A with Qlik webinar series. We are so excited to have all of you with us today for our final session of the year, where we'll show you the best way to navigate support resources. We have a ton of self-service resources to highlight, along with digital ways to connect, and we're hoping that this session helps you start 2023 off on the right foot. This webinar series is a live question and answer session, or you might have seen us refer to it as our open door office hours. Essentially, we want you to be asking the questions by using the Q&A panel, which is below. So send those in now, and then we'll get right to it. First, I'll go over a few parameters. Everyone is on mute, so you can see and hear us, but sadly, we cannot hear and see you. That's why you need to type it in the Q&A. You can also chat with us in the chat button. We're happy to interact and talk and share resources. Our survey link will pop up when the session is ended. It is also showed as a QR code in this presentation. So let me jump to that. Here is the session survey. So get your phones out. This will be easy to follow. It'll be going as we do our talk, and this only takes about 10 seconds to answer. So we really love when you answer the survey. It helps us make these sessions better for you. It's also on our registration page. We are going to send a link out to all of those who have registered with our survey, with our reporting link, and you'll even get invites to our next session, which is making the move to Qlik Cloud reporting. This is helpful for any who are new to Qlik Cloud or are migrating to Qlik Cloud and are used to things like our end printing features, or maybe you're already using our reporting service in cloud. This session will really kind of look at all the possibilities with Qlik Cloud reporting. So snap away at that. Now back to why we are all here today, which is our support chat and other support resources. We just ask that you keep your questions relative to the topic at hand. And while we do have Qlik experts on the line, we will not be able to answer any of your questions regarding a specific open case. And we'll steer away from any product-specific issues today, since we're really giving a good overview of the resources that you guys can utilize. By means of introduction, I am Katie Davis, and I will be your moderator for this session. I'm a senior community program manager, and I have my wonderful extended team joining us today. This is a great group. I'm super excited. We have a large panel, I'd say one of our largest of the year. And they span from digital experts, some community experts, but we all have one thing in common, and that is fostering customer success. So to keep these introductions short for this large panel, all round robin and ask each of you to describe your role in one sentence or less. That is quite the challenge. So good luck to each of you. I'm going to start from left to right, top to bottom here. And Troy, it looks like you're up first. So you're going to have to give us your one sentence role description.
No problem. Hi, everyone. My name's Troy. I make a lot of videos for Qlik, and I just try to make complicated things sound simpler and more interesting.
Love it. And Troy, you might recognize him. He's a household name here at Qlik. He runs our Techspert Talks, which is another one of our support webinars. You might see him a little bit more on the Q&A side too. So welcome, Troy. We're happy to have you. All right.
Thanks.
Lynn, you're up next. Give us your one sentence.
Sure. Nice to meet you, everyone out there in the audience. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. My name is Jim Park. I'm the Senior Digital Support Program Manager, and my job is to work on improving the customer experience through our digital support channels, primarily focusing on the chat program at the moment.
All right, Adam, I know your voice is a little rough today. Do you want to do a one-sentence introduction?
I would love to. Hey, everyone. My name is Adam Sawyer. I'm the manager of customer experience strategy. My job is just to lead and plan programs and initiatives that improve our overall customer experience here at Qlik.
All right, we're moving over to Sue, another household name. You might see her posting all throughout Qlik Community. Sue, you want to give us a sentence overview?
Sure. I am Sue Macaluso, and I'm actually responsible for the strategy and governance of the Qlik community, and then some other customer-facing platforms now as well. But primarily, you'll find me in the community day in and day out, 365 days a year.
Yeah. All right, Heidi, what's your one sentence overview?
Welcome, everyone. My name is Aide, and I am a senior team lead for customer experience. And as Katie mentioned, we are all about improving the experience for the customer. So currently, my role is to make sure that the customer has a positive experience when contacting support, primarily via live chat. So your feedback, as you can imagine, is of extreme importance to us.
All right, and last but not least, we have Sonia, who, believe it or not, is not a talking dog. Sonia's dog Loki, and I'll let you do your role introduction, Sonia.
I regret not being a dog, but anyway.
Don't we all?
Hi everyone, my name is Sonia. I live in the knowledge base on the community for the most part. And my role as a senior content developer is to share knowledge, find knowledge for you, make it easy to find for you yourself, and to improve what we already have. So if you've ever been on the knowledge base, you might have even talked to me at some point.
Yeah, you definitely are a great quality control member, making sure that all of our how-to resources are up to par. And you really implement all the feedback that you guys, the users, customers, partners have. So we love your interactions on Qlik Community and all of our resource channels that we're about to share. So I'm going to start this session up. Of course, I have Q&A with Qlik. That's my little shameless plug. That's already on my website here. But on Qlik Community, another place where I'm active and you'll see me posting is our support updates blog. So we'll probably spend most of today under this support drop-down menu. Shout out to Sue and her community team that recently updated these menus. They look great. And you'll see ways to contact us. You'll be linked to all of these official articles and documentation. But let's look into the support updates blog first. And you'll see one of my most recent posts, Qlik supports digital channels at your fingertips. So we've tried to kind of create this framework that's really easy for you guys to follow with our 4 C's of Qlik support. So one way is content. That's our on-demand videos. So recordings like these today. Troy, one of our panelists, runs those Qlik Fix videos. Those are also a great resource. And we have the curated articles that Sonia is heavily churning away at. We have community, which I'll point to Sue to be our in-house expert on. These are those active forums where you can contribute with a whole span of people, whether they are partners, customers, end users, admins, and even us clickies here at Qlik. We're all active on these forums. And then we get into chat. This is the direct way to speak with us at support. It's the fastest way to get in touch with us. We have Heidi and Jin who will probably answer all those chat questions. We're really excited about all the fun things that we're able to do and roll out with chat. And speaking of that, we also have a critical support flow through the chat, which just got rolled out yesterday. So we have a critical support button that you can push if your production is down. So that's our highest severity of issue. So you can quickly get in touch with us. We'll assess, document that. I won't steal too much thunder for Jin and Heidi later on to talk about it, but this is, I think, a great way to think of all the ways you can solve issues, all the ways you can troubleshoot. And if you can scroll down, I give a little bit of those details over here. And look, here's our webinar. So I will stop sharing my link and I will go back into the presentation and I'll start our questions off. Now, I have some questions just from scouring Qlik Community forums, you know, hint, hint to one of our resources, where people have these questions and they might be either answered or unanswered, and I've brought them through. But feel free to bring in your own questions in the Q&A below. We want to be able to answer yours. That's why you're here today. But I'll go ahead and start us off. So I think the main question that really encapsulates, I need my coffee, all of this is how to find self-service resources. Sonia, I think you're probably best equipped to answer this. Would you like to dive in?
Yeah, of course. Just gonna need to share my screen so I can actually show how this works.
Perfect. I stopped sharing.
All right. So let's go. Let me know if everything shows up right.
Yep, we see community.
Okay, so my favorite place to go and start looking at, you know, if I work on an issue and I need to fix an issue myself, is going to the community directly. So in the community, not only do you have all our forums, right, where you can ask your questions if you want to post about something for all of our different products, but I'm guessing Suma want to talk about this. I'm going to close this again. You also have our knowledge base, right? But you don't even have to go to the knowledge base directly. You can immediately go ahead and start a search, as we're currently looking at something to self-serve. And from here, you can easily search a couple of our, or a few of our existing repositories. So if, for example, I would want to look for, I don't know what we want to look for, but for example, if you want to look for something in the knowledge base, we can immediately select the knowledge base from here. That's caps lock. That was unintended. For example, we can begin a search here, and it will give us the results. But if we're not entirely, we don't want to see everything, we can start sorting by products. We can narrow it down by, for example, only Qlik Sense Enterprise and Windows, or we only want to go for our cloud solutions, and so on and so forth. But if you want to, for example, browse the knowledge base, you can do that as well. You have the support up here, from where you can, for example, go directly to our official support articles, which will open a knowledge base right here. You can also search from here, of course, right? If you want to continue searching. You also have, well, what else do we have? You also have our members articles here. So these are articles created by our community, which is extremely useful since our community members are super active and they all have their expertise, which we really are grateful that they're sharing it with the rest of our customer base. You can also look at what else we have. Let's see, training. Yeah, let's not forget training. Training is extremely important. So you can get there from qlik.com, right? We have the learning section here, and in particular the training one, which, let's see, come on, open. Oh, I don't. That's fine. There we go. Anyway, if you click on training, from here you can get to the training resources. For some reason, it wouldn't open. I definitely want to highlight the continuous classroom courses. There are free ones, there are some paid ones, there are some that follow a specific plan. They're a really great way to get started with really any of our products. And then, of course, we also have our help site, which is documentation for the product. So that's not the knowledge base that I showed you previously. That's for fixes. Something broke, here's how we fix it. Or a few how-tos that we've collected. The help site, the actual help.qlik.com, is documentation. So this is from planning to implementation to administration, anything you might need to know. And we also have Qlik Dev. So this is where we go if we are talking about APIs, developing integrations. This is a really good resource to get started on your further expansion of our products, basically. And I'm sure we can share all of these links later on.
Yeah,
What I do want to highlight,
give all the links.
yeah. What I forgot to say or show you earlier, if because I navigated away from the search a little bit too quick. I know I mentioned repositories, but because I showed the help, you can search with the help side from here as well. So you have the opportunity to do that too. Again, here you can click the specific product that you would like to get the help for, also the language, because it indexes everything, and you can continue to refine your search here. But yeah,
and just to plug, if you're looking for video content, you can sort it by YouTube as well.
Yeah, there you go. Got our YouTube channels in here too. And if you are very active on the community, so you post a lot of things, you also, and you just want to see your own posts because you're trying to find them, I have a little toggle up here in the search. You just hit that, my posts, and it will show you everything that you have posted. And then you can search it as well. So, you know, if you forgot something, but you know you posted it somewhere, this is a great way to get started.
Oh, yeah, I'm learning from you during this presentation. That's so helpful. Thank you.
Yeah, those are the highlights.
I think there's one more on the how to contact Qlik Support, or is that something we want to go through later?
Oh, I had this one open in case any of this came up, for example.
Oh, yeah. We'll point. I have a question later on the support versus professional services we'll go through, but I think it's important to share the link because let's look at that index there with all of those key pieces at the top.
Okay.
This is like, if you have questions on anything we talk about today, this article is our master article that tells you how to work through those forums, how to search the knowledge base, what is our support updates blog. We go through all of those key interactions with support. So this is going to be an important thing that you might even just want to save as a favorite on your page. If you have any Qlik support questions, it's the way to go through. I wanted to call out, I know you can search by videos. Do you want to, Troy, speak a little bit about what Qlik Fix purpose is? I know we have them tagged with a lot of the support articles that Sonia mentioned.
Yeah, sure. All the Qlik Fix videos are meant to just help you find a solution to your problem quickly. They're all 5 minutes or less, and they just have a title of what that's trying to fix and dive straight into it. And you often find them embedded at the top of an article, but there's also a whole section just on Qlik Fix. I guess I could show that. Let me share my screen.
I love that they're short and sweet. You know, they answer the question, you get in and you get out.
Yeah, they dive straight into the problem. So we were on a community, right? So I should have prepped this. Is it Qlik Gallery? No, it's support.
When we are posting.
Support Qlik Fix. There's a special space just with all the videos separate, but yeah, you click on one, it dives into a specific problem, how to add a table to an existing log stream task, and click replicate. Okay, so we've got some information to link to the actual support article, but here we have the actual video, and this is on our support's YouTube channel, which I help manage. And here's where we post all of our video content. You can search on here and watch these videos. We've got Techspert talks, recordings from Q&A with Qlik, other Qlik Fix videos. But to jump back into this one.
Troy, are you sharing?
Oh, yeah, I was trying to. Obviously, I wasn't.
There we go. It looks so pretty. You did a good job describing it, though. I felt like I was there.
All right, I got here. I was on this great little journey and no one was joining me. So I got here by going up to support and then Qlik Fix. And it took me to the Qlik Fix space. You guys are seeing this now, right?
Yeah.
So you could subscribe to this space and you get to see all the new videos get posted here. But here's where I put all the videos, and each video has a page with a downloadable version of it in case you're someplace that doesn't have access to YouTube. We embed the YouTube video and we got a link to this corresponding article where you'll find some more information. Like this has actual steps outlined in the video transcript. And this is that YouTube channel I was talking about for Qlik Support. We have all of our video content posted here. You can find playlists for Q&A with Qlik, for modernizing Qlik View to Qlik Sense. All of our Qlik Fix videos are, if you want to watch them back to back, all of our Techspert talks back to back. So
Roll up with a
yeah.
cup of coffee and watch all the Qlik Fix videos.
Yeah, you just want to hear my voice a lot. I'm not the only one who does Qlik Fix videos, but I've done a lot of them.
Great, thank you so much. I know one of the things that Sonia highlighted when you can search in Qlik Community, and you can see the search feature up on Troy's screen now, actually, over to the right, there's a little search magnifying glass right next to ask a question. So that's how you get to search the community. Also on our homepage, it is in the center of the main ribbon. You can search our knowledge, or you can search Qlik Help. And a lot of people are like, there's support, there's help. What is the difference? I just know that I need help and I need support. If you really want, the way I describe it is our help articles are product focused. So they're more key, like overview and documentation of the product. They have a lot of great user guides. It really helps structure it well. Let me even pull up help. Qlik.com. If you're looking to like really troubleshoot, or say you're getting an error that you want to search, that's where I'd say you're probably better off looking into the knowledge base, because we have those step-by-step resources. Can you guys all see my help page?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Like if we go, some of my favorite things are like Qlik Cloud. They have a whole what's new in Qlik Cloud page. Let me search, even say you're migrating to Qlik Cloud. If I search migrating, here's the what's new in Qlik Cloud. They have a really good structure on the left here, where if you're like looking, introducing Qlik Cloud, you can see getting started options, you can get security and compliance notices. And so if you're in one of these pages, I often just click from one to the other because they're all related topics. So I really like help.com for help.qlik.com for those overview. And then when you have a how-to, you want like step-by-step, or you want examples, or you need help troubleshooting, I feel like Knowledge Base has a lot of those great resources, because our support engineers in partnership with Sonia are the ones that are writing those knowledge articles. So they're looking at the questions that we're getting for common cases, and then they're creating those resources. Okay, so let me go back to the community and show that here as I ask my next question. Which forum should I post to? What are the forums used for? Sue, do you want to talk about forums here? And then anyone can jump in after.
Sure, I will start. So let me share my screen. Bear with me for a minute. I'm a slow screen sharer. Okay. Oh, I'm clicking on Teams now. Share screen. There you all are. Right screen. Okay. So this is obviously the homepage of the Qlik community. Most people are coming to the Qlik community because they are looking for some help with one of our Qlik products that they're using. So the tendency is to always go over to the forums. These are all our product forums. So depending on what product you're using, analytics, this is all the list of the places that you could ask questions in the analytics forums. And then in the data integration side, these are the product forums by here, by data integration. You can also literally just click on forums by product from A to Z and sort it out that way if you're not sure if it's analytics or integration. But these are our product forums. They can't be found anywhere else except for on here. And so this is where you would ask your product related question. So Katie, I don't know if you want me to go into more, but I will end that by saying the community is so much more than the product forums to answer your ask questions and get answers. Sonia mentioned knowledge, but there's even more to it than that. But I will pause and you can let me know when you want me to talk about that.
Yeah, we can jump into all of the resources at the end there. One thing I'll add from the support side of things is that we have our engineers all over those forums.
Oh, yes.
So we love letting, customers answer each other's. That's the whole point, is we want it to be a community. That's why we call it Qlik Community. And we always have experts on standby to add clarifications, to help troubleshoot for them. And sometimes if it's like, hey, I need more information that you probably don't want to share on a forum, we suggest that you chat with us or, open a case and attach files, things like that.
And our goal and why we have, the community of people, because together we would like no question to go unanswered. And that's why we don't have all of the answers. Our community members don't have all the answers, but collectively we should be able to find all of the answers.
That is our FAQ. That's something that we'll share hopefully out on community shortly, that we'll repeat all of the questions that we're going through today as well. Okay, so when should I leverage professional services versus support? I knew I had this on here, Sonia. Do you want to talk through that? I think that's important because we have a lot of services available for our customers and we want to be able to kind of give them the roadmap on when to do what.
Yeah, sure. I can touch on that briefly, but I might need Adam's help on this one in particular. So let me go ahead and share my screen. I'm going to go back to the article I had open earlier. All right. So there we do have a slight difference between what support can offer and what professional services can offer. So when it comes to our support offerings, we are talking mostly about something has broken and we would need to have it fixed. So this is around error messages. I'm not going to read down the list, but error messages, task crashes, anything that in an already existing environment has broken down and you need assistance to get it back up and running. We also answer license questions and deal with license requests, and can help get the investigation started for things like performance questions or latency questions. And of course, defects in the product. Like if something in the product doesn't work, then we need to know about it at support in order to report it to our developers and have it fixed, so the problem goes away. Professional services, on the other hand, this is where we talk about implementations, deployments, setting something up that you haven't actually used previously is how I sometimes describe it. But that's a little simplistic. It's a little bit more complicated than that. Migrations, customizations, such as integrations with other products, third-party software and such, implementing mashups and so on and so forth. And if you need hands-on assistance for upgrades as well, since that is something that support can assist you with. Maybe Adam has more to add on that, or better ways to explain it.
Forgive me, I'm losing my voice, but yeah, I think the best way to summarize, and Sonia, that was a great job, is that support is about critical assistance and it's about generic responses, whereas professional service is about specific implementation and business needs, right? So when you come to support, we're not going to be able to tell you, should I do this? Should I do that? Which one of these is going to be the best for my business? That's professional services. But professional services, while they could help you if you had a production down issue or you needed just generic help, generally it's going to be quicker to get that from support. So I think that's a good summary.
All right, my next question is really getting into the meat of all of this. Says, how do I contact support? Now, spoiler alert, the short answer is chat. That is the best way to contact support. I'm going to have Jin and Ida jump in here, maybe share more about that chat experience for what customers can expect of the chat with us.
Thank you. So yeah, the fastest way is obviously our chat. And the great advantage is, of course, that our chatbot is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And it can basically give you automatic answers to the most frequently asked questions. But we also do have our support engineers and customer support also. They are live agents available for troubleshooting, whether you have a product or account issue. And our live agents are only available 24 hours a day, Monday through Friday, and they are ready to support you in English only. However, if for some reason they cannot provide a full answer via live chat and further investigation is needed, like they need to collect logs, etc., then they would create a case on your behalf via chat, and they would ask all the pertinent questions so that you could also attach all the right information, all the needed information for the engineer to start troubleshooting your issue as soon as possible.
Great. Anything to add, Jen? I am sharing my screen where it's how you can kind of find this chat. I will say you'll see this little contact support bubble on the bottom of every support page. And another way to get to it is hitting this contact support button on this drop down, and it'll immediately take you to opening this up. But maybe you can kind of tell us a little bit more about the chat bot feature and where we've seen a lot of success with that.
Sure. And thank you very much, Heidi. That was a great explanation of the chat program, what kind of value we provide to customers. We want to make it as easy as possible for customers to reach out support. After even browsing through our various content in our library, you still need additional help. Let's say it's a little bit more complex, or you're stuck in one of the errors, even after looking at videos and stuff, and you just need extra help. It's right at your fingertip, as we're trying to advertise it for. Is just clicking on that contact support button is now easier than ever to reach out to someone. And the first line of help that you can get right away anytime is the chatbot, where over time, we launched it about over a year from now. And throughout those time, we have gathered with data what the top common questions are that customers face, and to provide step-by-step how to assist with that issue. And we made it we improved the experience through the chatbot by not just having the chatbot provide you with an article. Oh, you're having download issue, here's an article, go away. No, we wanted the chatbot to be a actual assistance, not just a fancy search tool. So the bot understands, oh, you're having a download issue, what product? Oh, you're having issues with ClickView. Okay, what kind of error are you seeing? Okay, for that type of issue, here's the step you can take to fix that. Did it work? Yes or no? Oh, it didn't work? Well, then let me connect you to our live chat agent. We have agents staffed, as Heidi said, 24/5. Anytime you run into that issue, the chatbot will connect you right away, and the live chat agent will help you resolve that issue. In our average time it takes to resolve issue has been tremendously smaller compared to how long a case takes. Let's say like 20-30 minutes versus days, maybe a week or two. And if in that 20-30 minute we cannot resolve it fast enough for you, the live chat agent can also assist you by creating a case where we can continue to investigate the issue you are facing. Instead of a handoff approach, we stay with you throughout the whole process to make sure that you get the help you need.
Okay, thank you. And I have another question here that Heidi did answer, so I'm gonna say it again. When are support agents available to talk? We have support agents on here 24/5 for all of those Severity 2 and 3 issues. And then you mentioned this, Jen, but I do want to just call it out. So say someone's waiting for a live agent, but an agent is unavailable. Say something happens where we just have extreme volumes. What should their next step be if the agent's unavailable?
Right, and that's the type of situation we also planned for. And the chatbot does provide assistance with that. Let's say there's too long of a line. There's a lot of people talking with a live chat agents with, and everybody is occupied. You're waiting in line, but you want to get this issue resolved faster, or you just need to let Qlik Support know that you need help and you want to kind of get a reach back. As soon as you're placed in the waiting line for a live chat agent, the chatbot does provide a option to leave the queue and create a case instead. So anytime you feel like you don't want to talk to a live chat agent, let's say because you don't have enough time right now to talk to a live chat agent, you just want to submit the request for help and then handle the issue later on and such. Any of those situations, the chatbot provide the option to create a case. You don't have to talk to a live chat agent if you don't have the time to do so, or if there is too much traffic at the moment.
And just to add, if a case needs to be created, just need to make sure you are logged into Community, because that is necessary.
That's what, I mean, a lot of our items require logins. That's creating a case, which we recommend through chat. That's the easiest way. It has us do the work for you. Or even our downloads page, I know you have to be logged in to do so. So I'd say like best recommendation is log into Qlik Community every time you're there, because then you can really see all that's available to you. And then you can also do things like Sonia was saying, where you're seeing my post and we know everything that you posted if you want to go back and look at that or see if someone responded.
And to add to that, also to make sure that you are logging into the Qlik Community with your business account, because it does look at your role, and you, in order to access the case portal, the downloads page, you must be a customer or a partner. So if you're logging in with your Gmail account, we will not be able to identify your relationship with us.
Another great thing I would like to add on about that particular situation with login. Let's say you did use your personal Gmail, or you're not sure which business email that you need to use, and you run into an issue where you can't access the case portal and such. You do not have to be logged in to talk to the chatbot. And the chatbot, our customer support team, can assist you with that through the live chat as well, which does not require a login at the moment. So if you run into, I can't log in, how am I supposed to create a case if I can't log into the case portal? Who do I talk to? How can I contact you? Like, do I have to call you? No, like the chatbot and live chat is still there for you. It's a way for those customers who can't access the community or support portal for us to reach out to resolve that issue. So we can help you with those situations as well.
That's a really good point. Yeah. So we're not going to just lock the gates on you. There is a path through.
I'm going to jump into Severity. I know I mentioned Severity 2 and 3 before. We have this, industry terms, Severity. Essentially, it's the severity and risk of your issue at that time. So our Severity 1 is production down. So production software is down or not available due to a server-side failure, but not because of scheduled maintenance and or upgrades. Severity 2 and 3s are either major functionalities that are not working, significant performance degradation. Sorry, my coffee is not finished. Any error that is, not 1 or 2, we kind of bucket in the 3 section. So we mark that and respond accordingly. Something that I really want to call out is like, what do they do if their production is down? Do I have to look things up, and do I have to talk to the bot and agent? How do I just alert someone that my production is down? Jim, do you want to share that?
Sure.
Maybe you can even share your screen and show us what someone would do.
I don't have my screen available to share right now. Do you mind sharing the
I will
support
share
landing page?
I have it up.
So that's a great question. It is something that we can share is this new way for customers to reach out, which is the critical issue path or channel, you could call it, because many of our customers expressed confusion around severity. That's one of the reasons why Katie explained the various definitions of severity 1, 2, 3. Because you're right, if you're not used to Qlik's definition of them, you might get confused. It's your first time submitting a case. Well, is the higher number the more important, or the lower number is kind of confusing. So we had a lot of instances where the customer expressed, it was just a general inquiry, but they accidentally put severity 1. So we thought it was a production down. It turns out it wasn't, or vice versa. They were having a production down issue, and they thought the higher the number, the more urgency it was. And that caused a lot of confusion between that communication. So we made it easy and simple to understand. If you're having a production down critical issue, you can press that alert here button, or you can ask the chatbot, production is down, I need help. Or third is to press that report critical issue on the banner under the support. And what that will do is the chatbot will open automatically and start taking you through the process for a critical issue or production down, where it's going to ask you, is the production down? Do you have a workaround available? Okay, like you don't have a workaround and the production is down, let us alert Qlik Support that you're having this urgent issue, where a support agent who handles these high critical issue will reach out to you within 30 minutes. So it's another easy way for customers to kind of let us know, sort of like raise the red flag, I need help right away, this is impacting my business, where you don't have to worry about trying to explain the situation to a live chat agent or trying to create a severity 1 case. There are traditional method of case form where it kind of goes through sets of questions. It's a long form, you have to fill out, select the values, where now through this automated process, it makes things easy and quick.
Yeah, it really walks you through step by step, so you don't have to for all. I think this will be great for us to be able to get to you as soon as possible when issues are severe. And like Jin said, you can do it from our homepage, you can do it from our drop-down menu, or right through the chat itself at any point. We do have a question in the Q&A. Which is similar to what I had listed as one of my next questions, but Fabian says, I'm very used to talking with our Qlik partner first, the people that sold us the licenses. Is this changing with this? Feel free to jump in, guys, here. I'm going to say every partner relationship is different on how involved you guys want to be or how involved the partner wants to be when it comes to troubleshooting and going through any even license issues that you might have. If you've been going through your partner, please continue to go through your partner. Both you can create a case through our chat, or a partner can, and you can add one or the other. So say you created a case as a customer, your partner can then be added as a watcher, and they can look through and just keep tabs on that on your behalf. And then, or if your partner takes more of a lead when it comes to the troubleshooting, like they can create the case and add you as a watcher to view all of the details. So I think, whatever way you want it, you can have it. I'd say nothing changes with your current relationship with your partner. They are filled in on this as well. So this is just other digital paths to contact support.
Yep, and I would totally agree with that, Katie. There's nothing changing, but this is an option to you. So remember, this is available all of the time. So I guess you can say, if for some reason you can't reach your partner at that moment and you have something, you can reach out to us. There's no reason to wait.
So I'm gonna roll out the red carpet for you and let you share some of those awesome things about Qlik Community that you might want to highlight.
All right. I'm not muted anymore, right? Okay, it's yelling at me. I'm going to share my screen again. And let's go over here. Okay, so I happen to be on it. So besides the product forums, which is great, you have a product question, that's what you're here for, that's wonderful, but you should know that the community isn't just asking and answering questions. There's also, besides the knowledge base and a wealth of information, there's also other things that you can find out that's happening within Qlik, such as events. So let me start over here. If you click on blogs and events, we have a lot of Qlik events that are posted on our events and webinar page. Now, when I hit this page, I will warn you, I do have an open ticket. There's some blank images, a bug that is being fixed. But this has all of the upcoming, notice it has, the event for today on here, but it has all different kinds of webinars and events that are happening within Qlik on this page. And not only on this page can you find it, if you actually go to a product forum and you're in it and you're asking questions, if you look on the right side of that forum, you will also see upcoming events. So it's kind of in multiple places to make sure that we don't miss it. But a lot of people do forget about that events and webinar page. So there's upcoming events on the right rail. And if you click more, it opens up another page, and then you can filter by events that you would like to see. So this would be a good place to bookmark, again, under blogs and events, under events, events and webinar. The other place, non-product related conversations happen under here, under learn about Qlik Community. This is all resources, number one, to get started in Qlik Community. So if you're having trouble, you don't know how to set your preferences, you can come here. There's a wealth of information over here. This is our blog, similar to the support blog. So we talk about anything non-product related, but mostly we talk a lot about enhancements that have been made to the community platform. We're constantly rolling out improvements and changes to the community platform. This, I'm going to skip the water cooler for a minute. This is a spot for our community MVPs. We have leaders by example in the community, and then we highlight them through this community MVP program. And that is a rolling program that happens, and it's evaluated throughout the year. We also do, once a month, we do a featured member. So I'd like to bring you over to here really quick. So every month we look through and highlight an outstanding community member. Could be internal or external. As you can see, we have our latest one from December up. As you can see from November, Sonia was our featured member for her contributions to the community. This is a great way to get highlighted, create your brand. And again, this is selected on a monthly basis. So coming back over here to learn, and this is, I consider this my forum, so to speak. So this is the water cooler. And this is where you will find non-product related questions. We can talk about the platform. If you have questions about the platform, you can't do something in the community itself, you ran into a problem in the community itself. But we also do some fun things, such as Susie's tips. So we recently started this video series, a really short snippet, and this is all how-tos in the community. And we do this on roughly a monthly basis. We're just really getting going on it. But this is a great place to also subscribe to. So when there is a post here, you don't miss out. This is where we post our featured member as well. And Susie's tip. And again, any problem that you're running into in the community, this is where you to go. This is where you'll go under learn about Qlik Community. So this is all the non-product related areas. In addition, we have ideation. So if you are a customer, a partner, a luminary, or an MVP, you can come into the ideation area where you can make a product suggestion here. So you would click on suggest an idea. These get reviewed on a regular basis by our product teams. And the statuses are changed. So definitely if you have a product idea, this is where you would come.
And get all your colleagues to like it, because the ones that have the most likes get the most attention from us at Qlik. So search it first, because if the idea already exists out there, you're going to want to
Load
add.
it up. Yep.
Yeah.
And then without spending too much time in here, I would like to just point out Qlik Gallery. So if you've built a really cool Qlik app, this is a really easy way to share it. I call it bragging rights, to just show off the app that you made. It is so simple to do this. You literally, it walks you through. Once you say you would like to submit your app, it asks you a few questions and it compiles it for you so that you can share it out. So I would definitely subscribe to this page as well. And those are some of the areas outside the product forums that I would like to point out. I would also like to point out, let me see if we have it here. We do have a resources page, and we recently just moved everything around here. So Qlik Resources. This is another really good area. We made every effort to bring all Qlik resources into one area. So continuous help. You don't know where to go find the Qlik continuous classroom. If you come here, this should take you to all Qlik sites. If you see this little arrow, that means it's leaving the community. So as you can see, this is inside, these are outside. But if you're just not sure where to navigate to, but you want to find, where our partner ambassadors are, what are these Qlik meetups, my education. So this is a really great way. We really rolled it up, and we build upon this as we realize that things need to be added to the resource page.
Now, can you keep that up too? I want to do my final rapid fire question for everyone, and it might be helpful to reference this Qlik Resources, because the first time I saw that, and I think that's really cool, really helpful, especially because I know when Sonia started off and was giving you all the resources, it's like, well, how do I get to them? This is how you get to them. And we'll post some of the ones we talked about today in the recording. So I'm going to rapid fire and ask all of you, and that's how we'll end it out today, what your go-to page is out of these Qlik resources. For me personally, the Qlik Cloud status page has made my job a lot easier, because anytime we have a cloud outage, I'm the one who's helping communicate that across Qlik Community. And we really pull right from that page. So now you can log into that page and look at all past history. And that way, if something's not working, you can check there first to make sure that, it's not something that everyone is experiencing, and then you can go into critical support and items like that. So I know that wasn't super fast, but we'll rapid fire and go back through the order. So Troy, what is your favorite resource?
Yeah, put me on the spot. There's one that I was going to say that is not on there, but since it is up there on the list, Qlik Help. They've got right at the top of Qlik Help is a
right here.
onboarding. Yeah, if you actually visit that page. Thanks. It's got a onboarding section for new employees, or new customers, like Administer Enterprise SaaS. That's our Qlik Cloud section. That's got a lot of onboarding resources there. A lot, so it's easy to miss.
Okay, Jen, you're next.
Sure. I'll say mine is Qlik Gallery. As part of my job, I do enjoy developing applications on Qlik Sense, and lots of times, my creativity energy is a little bit down, and I'm trying to think, what are some cooler ways to visualize these data, like how to tell the story. But if you go into the gallery, it's amazing some of the visualization that people create, how they mold the data to tell a different story. So I always enjoy going and browsing through at other people's inventions, I'll say.
Friday.
My ultimate favorite is located in the Qlik Learning portal, and it's the How Do I videos. And the reason I like it a lot is because you're able to filter it out by your level of expertise. So you're just want to create an app, but you're not like an expert. You could filter it out, and you'll get all these very useful videos on how to achieve what it is that you're looking for.
Right, Sonia, what's your favorite?
Everyone already covered the most interesting ones. That's not fair.
Could just say knowledge base as a little, shout out.
I think actually in that case, my favorite place is the search page, because from there I can go wherever I want. And if I would need to create content, it's the place to go for me to find additional information.
Great. And Sue, I know you just shared a bunch, but if you had to choose your favorite, what would it be?
Qlik YouTube because I like watching YouTube videos.
Yeah, that's great. Awesome. Well, thank you all so much for joining. I am so glad you let us steal your time at a busy end of year. Thank you all for joining live, and shout out to all of those who are watching this later on our recorded. We'll send it out in an email to all of you. We'll also post it on our Q&A page in Qlik Community. All of these links. Go fill out the survey. Go sign up for our next session. And have a great new year, because we won't see you till 2023. So nice to see you all. Thanks for coming.
Bye, everyone.